Psychic gives her predictions for King Charles's reign, including the meaning of the Devil card in his tarot reading. A psychic is predicting that King Charles's reign will be long and fruitful, though a Devil card in his tarot reading is a warning he could end up in trouble for making a joke that will fall flat. Celebrity psychic and astrologer Inbal Honigman, 48, also says the Queen's death last Thursday came at a time the spiritual community had been dreading because of the unfortunate way the stars were aligned. And Honigman, who lives in Holmfirth, West Yorkshire, also foresees Camilla doing her best to stay in the shadows as Queen Consort, William, now Prince of Wales, struggling to adjust to his new duties as he mourns, and the Duke of Sussex, Harry, not returning to the royal fold anytime soon. Explaining why the timing of the Queen's passing on September 8, 2022 made sense, she said there was a combination of the full moon in Pisces, which often involves the afterlife, and Mercury heading into retrograde, which can bring people difficulties. She said, of course, it would not be possible to predict when exactly this tragic passing of the Queen was going to occur. The passing of Her Majesty has really shocked us as a nation. But I have seen, unfortunately, with people I have done readings for, that when there is a situation of a very long marriage where one person passes, leaving the other behind, that the one left behind wishes to join their partner. The past few days and over the weekend has seen us have a full moon in Pisces, which often involves the afterlife. Mercury was also heading into retrograde, which is a time where people face personal challenges and difficulties, so, while this did not necessarily indicate there would be a passing of a long-serving and much-loved monarch specifically, the timing did make sense. Conducting a tarot reading, Inbal has made predictions for the reign of King Charles III. She said, starting off, he has the Three of Swords card, which is for sorrow. This means he is entering a period of mourning and adjustments that will be quite hard for him. He's not a young person taking on this role, so he will have added worries and concerns about himself and his entire family, so I predict this will be a time of introspection for him while he adapts to the transition. The next card is a Ten of Cups, which is a water tarot, and as King Charles is a water sign, he is very aligned to this card. This card shows that he is possibly preparing or will make preparations early on for the next transition that will occur after him. Inbal goes on to predict that Prince William, who is now heir to the throne, will take on more responsibility in the coming years. She said, the third card is a Chariot card, which is a card of moving on. I predict that around his 80th birthday, King Charles is going to start sharing duties with his son, Prince William, to ensure there is a smooth transition of power when the time eventually comes for Charles. The Chariot card is not negative. It means the moving on will be from a safe and secure place and that King Charles and Prince William will work well together. I think the public will get behind Charles as the king. I think his words and actions in the next days and weeks will demonstrate his message is one of love, unity, and public service, and that he intends to do all of it from the heart. And Inbal also forecasts that King Charles will enjoy his new role. She said, it will be tough. I certainly wouldn't like to trade places with a monarch, but he will be able to bring a lot of life experience to the role. He is starting out as king already, being a granddad, which is sort of like being a king already. He will be able to transition the skills he has from that for the responsibility of being a monarch, and that will enable him to enjoy it too. But Inbal also warns that there could be problems ahead for the king after drawing the Devil card. She said, this card may not have the best name, but it is actually a really fun card. I feel that King Charles is an impulsive speaker and he could get himself into hot water by expressing a joke that will fall flat and won't land well. This might get him into trouble, but I don't see him having too many problems because all of the cards that have come up on his reign are cards that belong to major arcana of the tarot, which are all very transformational cards. Because of this, I think he will step into this role and embrace it fully. The next card Inbal draws is the High Priestess. She said, this card represents wisdom and wisdom of the ages, which is very relevant to King Charles right now. He is wise enough to look back and see the mistakes of generations past and learn and grow from them. By drawing this card, I believe it means he will have a long reign, and I see it being successful too. And Inbal also sees transitional periods for Prince William and Prince Harry. She said, Prince William is going to have a longer mourning period. He will be taking on extra duties whilst also trying to be a hands-on dad, and I think this adjustment period will take longer for him than it will for King Charles. While Prince Harry is an earth sign, which means he is very pragmatic, he thinks first and feels later. I don't see Prince Harry coming back into the fold anytime soon, but in around 5 years, I believe he will start to offer his help to the firm again out of kindness, but I do not think this will be immediate. Bale also has predictions on how Camilla will fare as Queen Consort. She said, "I feel that Camilla will do her best to stay in the shadows. She is a Cancerian and they do not need to be center of attention. They get an immense sense of satisfaction just by supporting the people they love, so this indicates that she will be happy to stand side by side with King Charles without making an attempt to draw attention to herself. I believe she will be very happy and successful in her new role as Queen Consort and will be able to fully accept the role without overstepping the mark." And while Bale believes King Charles will have a successful reign, she predicts his relationship with the public will differ from his mother's. She said, "It's not a fair comparison to compare Queen Elizabeth's long reign with the prospect of King Charles's. The Queen was our monarch during a world war, and through that hardship and her commitment, it was very much a bonding experience between her and the public. The King will not have the same opportunity to show his extraordinary nature as the Queen has done. However,